If I could give parents advice, I would tell them to love their child and accept them for who they are and encourage them to go out and be the best that they can be.
Let your kid be a kid as well. I mean, there's a lot of things they're going through. They need to have a fun youth. Don't discourage them from going out into the world. It's scary, yes, but it's very, they can learn a lot from being out in the world, and you can still be a parent by doing that and being a good influence and role model for your child.
Don't be scared. Your kids are going to do excellent at being independent. They'll work hard at it, and you can help them along the way as well.
Don't be afraid me to grow up. I'm going to be just fine. God will be with me. No matter how grown up I am, I act. And He'll take care of me and my girlfriend when we get married.
My parents never afraid. I could tell they will love me that much. So, if they have a parent afraid to them, don't be afraid. Let your teenagers to go what they want to do. Have a good time. Go to proms. Go to the movies. Don't have to be afraid of it. But for a while, just hang in there.
It's so easy to just step in and get it done and do it for your child, especially if they have a disability. But it's more important to have them learn how to do whatever you're doing if they're capable. I mean, if you're quadriplegic, obviously you're not going to learn how to make your bed by yourself if you can't even move your arms and hands. But to the person's ability, teach them, show them how to do everything they can do, and encourage them to do it on their own. If they mess it up, oh well, it's just a bed. It's just a garbage they were trying to take out. Make them pick it up if they dropped it on the floor and try again.
No matter how hard it is, even if you don't feel like your kid's getting anywhere, just be there and give them advice on how to handle situations. I think as long as you're teaching them how to handle a certain situation, then you will be able to, in future experiences, their children will be able to handle it on their own. And
I see a lot of blind kids whose parents do everything for them, and then they graduate from high school and all of a sudden they're moving out and they don't even know how to take the garbage out or make the bed or do their hair or match their clothes. And that is so overwhelming to have to learn all of that on your own when you're moving out. So start young. If you're teaching your able-bodied children how to do something at 4, teach your disabled children how to do the same thing at 4. They can do it.
Take them out in the community and start teaching them how to live on their own, or how to let them open a bank account with your name on it. Let them open a bank account, let you be the second person on that account. Let them teach them how to budget money. Teach them how to ride the public transit system. Teach your kids, teach your young adults, teach your adults how to shop smartly. How to shop with the ads. How to tell what's a good deal, what's a bad deal.
Even when children are fairly young, bring them with you when you're advocating for your child. And try to, like Chris said, involve them, but have them, watching what you're saying and how the conversation is flowing, And also have them encourage them to give their input, even if it's uncomfortable for them. Even if they give a little bit of input here and there, and have them gradually build up to doing it themselves.
Or even if you're with or talking to somebody and you know, you're kind of advocating for your child, but you allow them moments in that conversation to say, do you agree, you know, and let them, do you think this will help you? Why will that help you? Ask them questions. As a parent, it might make them feel a little more comfortable if the parent's asking them the question versus somebody else, and you know who they're kind of scared of. Or
But the first step is saying, well, maybe I need to realize that my son or daughter should try making their own doctor appointments. And for the first time, be there with them. Or let the students schedule the IEP. Let the students schedule a meeting with the teacher or the principal if you want to meet with them. You know, don't you do it because you're going in on their behalf and they're going to have to be there anyway. Let the students schedule it. Parents just need to know that physically we might look different, but it's not what's here. It's what's in the brain. And that's different for every individual.
it's got to be a tough thing on parents, because parents want what's best for their children, and they've kind of been down certain similar roads, and so they know what to ask for and they know how to fight. And I think the best thing to do is really encourage your kids to ask for things at a way young age. Maybe the younger they are, I would assume it would be easier for them to, speak out for what they, want in life. And
my mom was such an advocate for me that it wasn't so much me saying me pushing them, but them pushing me. It was expected that I was going to go to college. I didn't have to try and break away and go to college. Yeah, like any other mom, I would get a weekly phone call or every phone call every couple of days just to find out how things were going. But that's just like any other parent. Once I moved back from college and went back home while I was going to grad school, they're just general, kid being back home kind of a thing, but nothing major. And I was the one who said, yeah, a couple of friends and I are going to go live on our own. But there wasn't oh, you can't possibly go. What are you going to do for this? It was, oh, okay, that sounds good. Well, we'll see you when you come back.
You've got to let go. Mother and dad have to say to the provider, to the company that your son or daughter are with, that when are you guys going to step in and do this? I'm not always going to be here. Even if they are still alive, they might not be physically able to take care. I would start breaking away when they're 16. My mom started breaking away when I was 13. It wasn't easy on me. I didn't like it. But she loved it. She loved every second of it. But it was tormenting me.
I basically moved out early, and I think living on my own and failing was a big way I became successful, because unless you allow your kids to learn these life skills, while it's just something simple you could do is teach them about credit cards early. Let your kid pay for things with a credit card, and then I don't know, maybe there's just little things you can do like that so they can learn about how to be successful in life. So when they get out the door, it's just second nature to them. But with me, I had to fail a lot to succeed, I guess, and trial and error. And
the parents were never out of your life unless they're forced out or something. But the day she dropped me off at my first house, she dropped me off and she handed the pills, and they said, now you have to go. You have to make a break. Because if the parent doesn't, it's hard. But what was even harder was when she was gone, it was like, this doesn't feel like my house. Where can I go? Can I move away from the door? That was going through my head. And I literally stood at the door for 20 minutes. Living in these arrangements without your parents for the first time is nerve-wracking. You don't know if you're going to get a good staff or a bad staff or who your staff is going to be.
The disability is a normal part of life, but it's not your whole life. Yeah, I just had an experience this morning where I had left my canes in my mom's car. So I had to try and get my spare canes out of the car, but the truck was locked and I couldn't get those out of there either. So yes, there are times when I do struggle and I need help. But there's times when my mom calls and says she struggles and needs help. We all need help. It's just we need help in different ways.
I think my advice for parents, again, is just you have to push your kids. They may not want to do something, but you really have to push them to be independent, just like you'd push any other kid. And to me, that's the biggest issue. Yes, there are some differences. Yes, there are some limitations, but recognize that fundamentally, your kid is a kid and has to be able to live on their own. And to me, a disability is an explanation. It's not an excuse. It's up to the parent, it's up to the child to figure out ways around the disability. You can't just say, well, they are disabled, therefore they don't have to do such and such. Well, they have to find a way to do such and such. Because the world is not going to change immediately, and we have to figure out ways to get around it and do it on our own.